All right, gang, I'm back. Welcome back to the Checo Forex live stream. I had to reboot my system here. Some issues with the Wi-Fi, but all taken care of now. Hopefully, we won't get any further interruptions. Right. All right. So let's take a look here. Where were we as far as trading this gap? I'm looking to take these sells right here, gang. I'm targeting. All right, so we already made a topic. Now we're coming down here. Yeah, I'm looking to take this sell here, gang. Let me get myself set up here because I'm gonna probably make a move here a little earlier than 33.10. I wanted to take it from up here, but I hesitated a little bit, but then also my computer was acting up, so I had to reboot. But I might be jumping in very soon here. See if it can give me a little bit more of a push and take a impulse entry here. So stay tuned, gang. We're about to take these sells here. NAS is moving up, I think here. Yeah. Yeah, so it's respecting this here. So I would just wait this next minute. We're probably gonna close bullish here, respecting the support, right? Previous resistance, now turn support. Um, yeah, Nasdaq might want to make its way up here. I'll wait for an entry here though. Not yet, gang. I'm waiting. See if we get a little bit of a push up. Excuse me. 40 seconds till this candle closure. See if we get a little pop up, or if this new candle opens without a top wick, I'll wait for the top wick to be created, and then potentially wait for a better entry. But if we start coming up, re-break the highs first. Jesus, re-break the highs first. Yeah, I'll be taking some sell entries here. You know, I'll go in a lot smaller than my usual. Um, Anticipating any drawdown again, expecting also that head and shoulders pattern. But a lot of times we might just come up halfway and then just come down and fill the gap here. So I want to take advantage of that move. All right, let's see what this candle is gonna do here. All right, there we go. Yeah. All right, no bottom wick here on this new candle, right? All right, gang, I took a sell here. Oh, instant profit. Yep. Yep. All right, I'm in. I'm in here, gang. All right, so highly unusual trade, but I'm expecting this gap fill here. That should be about 156 pips or so. I'm gonna set it full TP at 3260. Yeah, 3241-ish. There we go. All right, that's the trade, gang. So we're in it now. Yeah. All right. Perfect. And I would be expecting a little bit of drawdown here. You know, like I said, potentially even the top of the range. I'll probably manage risk or make adjustments up here, give it some more room. Um, but as I told you, I went in with a smaller lot than usual. That way I don't over leverage, and I might be looking for pineapple entries further up if we do that. But if we 3294. And full TPs all the way at the bottom of the range at right here. This previous resistance will now be support. So I'm expecting gold to making this high here to roll over. That's the plan. All right. Excellent. All right. Hey, Jose, what's going on? Jose Trades in the house. Welcome, welcome, my friend. And oh, you took the same sell? Yeah, textbook in a lot of sense, right? We have the gap. Um, I would expect to make a lower high from here as well. But wanted to point out the reason why I went with a smaller lot is because if you look at this pattern, right? Let me just zoom this out a little. We have this left shoulder here, right? Then we got the pullback, then we got the head right here, comes down, then we might create that right shoulder here. It's possible we might want to come up and test this here, but I think that possibly before we make the run up here, we might at least come down and fill the gap. By that time, we'll break even. We've taken partials, and if it runs, it runs, and if it pulls back, you know, again, we're gonna have taken most of our position here at the gap fill. But if we do run up, like I said, I'm in, you know, smaller lots. So if we come up to this area up here towards the top of the range, I'll be looking for pineapple entries. Might even extend my stop loss a little bit there, and then just wait for it to roll over, and then re-break the lows here. So that's kind of the idea behind it. That's why I mentioned that I am going in with a smaller lot than usual. Usually trade with a 1 lot, sometimes a 2 lot, but went in at a 0.30 lot on this trade particularly. So yeah, I'm looking to hold, and you know, if it comes up here, I might dollar cost average, of course, and you know, and jump in at another 0.30 lot on gold here, or maybe a 0.50 lot right up in this range if it does pull up this far up. I'm expecting this previous high here to remain respected. So this might be just a lower high before we roll over. But that possibility of it coming up to make the right shoulder, very possible. So yeah, well prepared for that setup and that trade. All right, so yeah, we're in profit about 17, 18 pips or so. Well, make that 20 pips. So that's 20 pips profit here. So from our entry, pardon me. Yeah, so from the entry to the gap fill, it's well over 100 pips. So yeah, that's about 165 pips or so. Yeah, so this is about 165 pips all the way to the gap fill here, and then I mean at full TP is do the math on that. Yeah, 32.41. That's a whole 690 pips, about 695 pips at full TP, but it's a long way down. But you know, we can grab this here and then hold a runner. See if it's gonna move down, but all right. Right now the market's super slow, so you know. But again, I wanted to take advantage of this setup here. A lot of times, you know, we can catch this gap fill. What's the Nasdaq doing here? Okay, Nasdaq is moving up. It's gonna probably fill that gap right here. Yeah, it's like about 29 pips away from the gap fill there. I don't know if this thing's gonna run up or is it gonna come down. Look at this gap fill here for the Nasdaq. So this thing might want to come down, and that's what has me thinking in a way. If you know, usually when Nasdaq is coming down, gold is going up, right? But if the Nasdaq decides to come down and fill this gap down here tonight, that could push gold to potentially, you know, look to make that right shoulder on the chart there before it rolls over, and then Nasdaq could bounce back over. Now this thing could still run up, you know, come back to the highs up here, the top of the range, or you know, hit that 19,000 mark there too as well. So a lot of possibilities, right? But we're in it here, we're in profit, and yeah, that's my trade. It's currently in profit, gang. If you don't like the analysis, if you're not comfortable, or if you feel like you got in a little too big, you can you know, shave off some profits here and remain in with a smaller lot size. So I would advise that only because I am anticipating drawdown. So let's see. Beautiful, gang. All right. So I'll be holding this trade, but I'll be right back in a little bit. I'm gonna leave this trade running, and I'll join you guys in a little bit. All right. So take a break. We'll be back very soon. All right. Hang tight. And we're still kind of ranging here. Again, it's very early. I hopped online on stream super early today. So yeah, so just being patient. I don't think we're gonna see much action till probably towards that 9 p.m. hour anyway. So let me go over a couple things with you guys here. if we're looking at the daily time frame, right? Get rid of this on the side for now, right? Get rid of this line here. Get rid of these lines for now. All right, so I just want to show you guys where I think that gold will probably drop into, right? So you see this trend line here, right? So I think gold can come down to, you know, probably tap right in. That's probably gonna be right around that $3,100 level, more or less, right? We're gonna come and tap this trend line. You know, we also have this support level here on the daily. Yeah, right around that 31.35 as well. But yeah, I coming down to this level here, but anything is possible, right? But we could revisit that. I mean, this is right around 2780, 89, 2790 is rounded to about 2800. You know, once we get to this trend line here, you know, we get some consolidation. Once we drop to this area, we can revisit to see if we're going to get a break below, retest, and then the continuation down. But I think we will come down into this trend line here. So yeah, we might tap it here or maybe here. Like I said, we might start trickling down, and then we might tap it around that $3,100 area. So that's what I see on gold at the moment. So yeah, I'm super bearish on gold now. Look at this topping tail. I mean, it's beautiful. Wicked up all the way up here, came down. Then the next daily candle made its top wick, flipped bearish, and we closed bearish today. So now this brand new candle, right, opens up with no bottom wick. All right, let's take a look at it. As you can see, no bottom wick currently. So we come up, make a top wick, and then this top wick can be a little steep. It could push up a little higher, and then we flip. But once we flip bearish here, we come down, especially if we take out the previous daily lows around 3260. Yeah, that should give us the drive down. And first stop would be that about 3135 on the daily. And then if we come into the trend line, yeah, so we'll probably see it right around 3100. I think that's where gold is headed in the next, I would say the next few days, a few weeks. We're probably more likely than not going to see this area get hit right around here. So yeah, and I think we're going to bounce off here unless we break the trend line. Ooh. All right. Zooming the chart out for you guys here so everybody can see. Sure. All right. It's not so bad. We're about, I don't know, about 8, not even 4 pips in drawdown here. Very little drawdown again, but very little volume as well at this time. So just hang tight, gang, hang tight. And the markets will definitely give us some volume later tonight in a couple of hours. So but we're in this trade, gang. So if you're in it, if you haven't gone in, all the details to the trade are right here. So you still have time to get in if you want to jump in on this sell with us. And yeah, so the stream will be running here, and I'll hop back on camera in a little bit. So, all right, so I'm just gonna take a break because I know I'm beyond this for a couple hours later tonight. So let's just stay patient and wait for time to go by. About 30 minutes left till this 1 hour candle closes, and we get the new 1 hour candle. All right, gang. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah, we're in some drawdown. All right. Let's see if we can let me draw this line right up here. Perfect. All right. Um, we have about 11 minutes. This level here is actually a key level. This is the previous high right here. Came down. I would expect that we would have made a lower high or respected that level there. But if we break above, it gets interesting. It's very interesting. Let me delete this one here for now. I want to focus on this current level. This is a NASDAQ. Is it pumping up? Yeah. It's trickling up here. This thing could still push up to the top of the range here. But again, there's a big gap here to fill as well. So I would assume if gold was running up that the NASDAQ would have pulled down, but it didn't. So good. We're still holding it. I want to see how this candle is going to close. We have a 4-hour candle opening up at 9 o'clock as well. Let's monitor this trade here and see what the next move is going to be. This is ideally what I would expect, right? If we now we made a top wick, right? Came up, pushed up above the level, grabbed this liquidity up here. Now if we pull back and close below the previous high here, then if the next 4-hour candle can come up, give us a top wick, right? I'll look for pineapple entries to continue to move down. Then I'll probably again, as I mentioned early in the stream, I am in at a very low lot size considering the setup we took here for the gap fill and also to continue to move down and take out the lows down here. But that's why I'm able to, potentially take a second entry, potentially even extend my stop loss slightly here, depending on the levels here and how the candles are printing. But first thing I want to do is see if this candle is going to close below. It's the first thing I want to focus on. Yeah, so you see this information here. It has gold possibly testing at 3350, 3385. Those are the resistance levels. So yeah, that would be right around here and up here more or less. We'll see. Right now we're pushing down a little bit here. I'm looking to see if we get that closure below this resistance here. Gold rises amid lingering uncertainty over the U.S.-China trade war market talk. All right. Apparently, the U.S. was coming to a deal, or was close to getting into a deal with China, this trade war thing. So. Hmm. All right. All right, 4 minutes left on this candle. Let's see if we're gonna close below or close above. Yeah, I would think that Nasdaq will come up to this level here, about 19.2, more or less, before we see any kind of rejection, if any. But again, this gap here is, not to say it'll come down and fill it before it moves up, but if it comes up, then yeah, we can probably look for sells from up here on that 19,200 range, which is this resistance level right here. We can push up here, tap into that, and then drive down. All right, 2 minutes left. Here we go. 1 minute. Will we close below or close above here? Wow, looking like. Okay. And again, that's this daily making this top wick here. Now, if we start coming back down and the daily starts to reverse, then we're in good shape here. But again, the candle open, gapped up, straight shot up. Sometimes this top wick can pump up, you know. Sometimes you might even get stopped out and then this thing immediately reverses, or it might want to come up and grab this wick up here, right? But yeah, I still believe we're coming down. We had this big wick rejection all the way up here after all-time highs. Come down, next candle just completely tanked down this way. Now we're kind of pulling up, making a top wick. I feel like we'll flip and come back down. That's my analysis here. All right, new candle. Let's see. All right, so we did close above. All right, we closed above this previous high right here. Let's see. This would be the next target for me right here. Get rid of this here. I want to see what this new candle's doing. Let's see, we come up, break the highs, maybe even tap into this level, and then potentially reverse down. I'll be looking for pineapples around this area. Let's see if we re-break the highs here. All right, we took out the highs here from the previous 1 hour. All right, stay patient here. Yeah, I might be looking for a pineapple entry here. Might look to push this stop loss up here too. 356. Yeah. I'm gonna give it some more room up here. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can come up and make a steeper wick up, and then I'm gonna take some pineapple entries here. up there. All right, gang, I took another short here. So I took a pineapple entry there, and the risk is a lot shorter. Apples would be maybe a little bit higher there. Yeah. Again, I'm risking. I went in at a 0.30 lot, so very small risk for me. Less than 1% total combined at the stop loss. I'll see. Let's see if this gets respected. But if not, it might want to come up here. Then by that time, we'll definitely get out of this trade here, and we can look for potential re-entries. Let's see. Let's see how this plays out. All right, we're up 20 pips on the pineapple, the second entry. So let's see if we get the flip. Now it tapped into that level as you see there, right here, and kind of pull back. Let's see if we could get it to flip, right? No, I'm not worried about taking the L here. This is a trade that going into it, again, remember I usually trade with bigger lot sizes, right? But when we jumped in here, right before I took the trade, I went over going in with a smaller lot than usual, to anticipating the drawdown. A lot of times these gaps, tend to fill quickly, and then we would have gotten this move. But the intent here was to grab the gap fill here. But I was anticipating a pull up when I went over the daily candle coming up to make a top wick, right? Then we come to the smaller time frames, and we mark these levels. So I had this first level which we closed above. So when we did that, then this would be the next minor resistance level here, where I said, you know what, let's take an entry close to that area, which I did. And stops are just above that wick here, right around here, halfway up here somewhere. And yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm still anticipating the daily candle to flip at some point. So we've already had 4 straight hours run up here. Well, 3 hours confirmed that this candle currently running up, right? Has a very small to no bottom wick here. So not to say it's going to pull up a little higher, but based on technicals, right, we could get a rejection right around this level here. It'll come up, right, and then get that rejection. And especially if this candle were to close bearish, flips after making this wick here, tapping into this level, and then we flip bearish and close bearish, then I would expect the next candle, for example, make a wick or so, and then continue to move down. But if we rip up here, and a lot of times It's happened to me before where it'll pull up, tap, and take us out, and then flip, and you know that it closes bearish. That's happened before. You're only panicking if you over leverage. You went in big here, you went full margin, you probably blew your account before we even hit the top here. You know, my first trade's in drawdown. This trade is right around break even now. Well, slightly in profit, and I'm nowhere near 1% of my account. So a lot of times I don't usually trade with these big stop losses, but it's the plan behind the trade and the idea going into it. And yeah, we took a swing, and you know, there's still time for this thing to pay off. Hopefully we get a little more volume later, you know, after this move up early Asia, then you know we can flip and then start seeing the market move down. It'll be, let me give you an example. It'll be similar to this. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you know, it'll be a move up, and then we'll get this, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Again, hopefully we'll survive this if the wick doesn't pull up too far up. But I'm expecting this to, you know, once to make the move, then we'll start coming back down. Oh, you know what? Let me mark this down so that if anybody wants to follow along. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. My goodness gracious, I gotta click on it. There we go. Are you kidding me? I'm trying to write a text here. Oh, there we go. What was that pineapple? Oh, 34, 33, 44. 0. Right. All right. To me, it's this level here, holding here. But then again, right, if it breaks that and pushes up, you know, we might be coming up to these levels up here, 33.80, and potentially, like I mentioned before, we have this head and shoulders pattern here, right? So I would expect this to tap into this level and then start rolling over. That said, doesn't mean we won't wick above. Sometimes we make these wicks above the level and then it flips, but I'm trying to see if we can hold on here. NASDAQ's starting to pull down. Ooh. Why did I even grab that? This is the original, actually. All right, there we go. Everything's backing up. It's going up 3351. We might. It's still a little ways away, but getting awfully close here, gang. Let's see. There's no bottom wick and it just ripped. Unreal. Oh, did I get tapped here? No, not yet. Ooh. Yeah, got tapped out there, gang. All right. Stops hit here on this trade. Let's take a look now. Wow. All right. All right, we took an L here. The bias on this trade is still the same for me right now. I'm still anticipating this daily candle to come back down and make a bottom wick. I mean, this thing can't just run up like this. But again, right, what I'm assuming now, two things is either it'll pull back now, or if it's going to continue to drive up, it's probably going to grab the previous daily high, grab this liquidity here, come up, take that wick out, and then flip. But yeah, that's what I would want it to do now. I mean, this thing comes up and taps us out and then flips. That's crazy. It's pulling back down here. All right, let's see. I'll wait for this candle to close, right? So what I'll do is if this 1 hour can pull back down and close below before the new candle, I'll look to take that position again from here. If it's going to drive up, then I would assume it's going to come up and grab the previous daily wick up here. It might push up here, that 33.85 or so resistance area while we drive down. So we'll wait. Let's see how this candle prints here. At the end of the day, we gotta wait. It's bumping up nicely. And this current candle, no bottom wick, it's just ripping up. Yeah, new 4 hour, no bottom wick. Previous 4 hour, no bottom wick. You would think, I mean, you can clearly see that head and shoulders pattern here, right? Come up, retap here, and then roll over. That's what I'm anticipating here. But if this thing starts to drive up, you know, we take out the excuse me, the previous daily highs, and go strong up here, and this thing might want to continue to move up, and we make our adjustments, right? All right, 37 minutes. If we pull back down and close below this level right here, I'll be inclined to take the sales back down. But if we close above, then I'm probably gonna call it, and we live to trade another day, right? This is the level right here. Keep an eye on. Do that correctly there. Make sure it's nice and even. Yep. Perfect. All right. So I'm gonna see if we can pull back and close below this level right there. So our focus will be on this 1 hour candle right now. Yeah, that's about 33.51 on price, right around there. 35 minutes, a lot of time. Time to continue to drive, or it can pull back and close below. The previous 4 hour definitely closed below there, and then this new 4 hour just drove up. No bottom wick. No bottom wick here either. So again, I'm expecting a reversal at some point. I mean, and we still have that gap to fill here. If we get that move from right below this area here, around 33.50, 33.49, and we catch that entry and catch that reversal down, you know, we'll make probably 5 times what we lost in this trade. That's why I made sure I let you guys know the importance of going in smaller when we jumped in that trade initially. You know, because again, I did anticipate a pullback. I was hoping we would have survived the wick up if this thing's gonna flip back down, but we didn't. And again, that's part of the game, right? You know, taking an L here and there doesn't necessarily mean the analysis is incorrect. Look at the NASDAQ. This thing might be coming down here, gang. Looking good to come down. Let's see what it looks like here. Yeah, I think a closure below here will probably get this clean range all the way down to the gap fill here. Come back and revisit that. And 930 coming in as well. All right, 31 minutes. Excuse me. All right, we got about 24 minutes. Just waiting on this candle to pull back, gang. That's what I'm waiting on. If we can pull back and close below, then, you know, we can look for re-entry to take this back down. See the NASDAQ bouncing off here. Came down, but it's getting rejected. But a closure below here would be nice to come down and fill the gap. But if this thing holds, comes down, flips, starts pushing up, he's going to ride up. Doesn't seem like gold wants to pull back down. Let's see if it wants to tap into this level and roll over. A closure above this level here, yeah, then that'll change my whole bias here, because now we broke the highs, right? And now we're looking to move up. Yeah, we do close above this area here, then I would assume gold is going to want to come all the way to the top here. 18 minutes left. I mean, you know, what is it going to tap into this level and pull back, close below, or so many things? Or it could just pull back now. We'll start coming back now. Or it could be a double top from yesterday, right? So this was the high yesterday. We were on stream when this move happened here, and excuse me. I told you guys before the stream ended that it's probably going to tap into this area here, right above that wick high here, and then we should get the reversal, and that's exactly what happened. I caught the move from here, these two candles here, and I jumped out down here somewhere halfway down, right around this level right here. So yeah, but tonight, you know, this could be a double top, right? Come down, tap into this level, and then come right back down. A lot of different things we can look at here based on price action and the candles printing. We can assume this could be a double top before we roll over. So the only way I will invalidate the push back down, at least for the time being, because we do have a gap that will get filled eventually, is if we push up and close above this high here. Close above here, then, you know, we could assume that this thing wants to continue to run up. But as long as we remain below here, although I was expecting the rejection from this level initially right here, so I took those pineapples there anticipating the rejection, but looks like it wants to push up further before it rolls over. So we just have to be patient. Let's see. And 15-minute candle here now. And no bottom wick on this 15. We got a bearish closure on 15 here. It'll get interesting. If this 30-minute can reflip bearish, but everything's bullish right now. Patience, gang, patience. We got 14 minutes left on this candle. If we fail to break, I'm probably gonna call it on stream, but just to let you guys know ahead of time what I'll be looking for, again, if this level can hold and we get confirmation once we reject, get a bearish closure, I would say off the 1 hour. It's a time frame I like to trade. Once we tap into this level, and then we can get a candle to give us a wick and then give us a bearish closing, then the next candle, right, will potentially give us a top wick. And when we re-break the lows of that bearish candle, that closed bearish, I would take the sells right away from there. And you know, first target would be the gap fill, you know, then the bottom of the range here about 32.7677, and then eventually the target down here around 32.40. That's my move on gold. But if we do close, if we push up tonight or during London and we break above here and close, get a nice strong closure here, get a retest, then we can look for the buys up. This thing is probably gonna target all-time highs again. And you can see it. Look at how you can see it on the chart. We got this move up, right? Come down, push up, come down, and this would be the right shoulder here. You know, the right shoulder can also kind of extend itself slightly. It's not unusual, and then roll over. So I'm still anticipating that move. So anywhere from in here between this purple box and this resistance level that we're kind of breaking above, in here I could expect this to roll over, and that's my prediction. But you know, market does what it wants, right? So we execute. We took a loss tonight, anticipating the gap fill when we got in here, and you know, the daily making the top wick. But again, sometimes these top wicks can be very extreme. But just remember, same thing yesterday. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, and then we got the move. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Might come into this area just like last night, and then we can roll over. So again, I have a good feeling that this thing is gonna come back down. But again, the market does what it wants. This thing could rip up. Next candle, we could get 5, 6 candles going up. Right. Got a little over 10 minutes here. Are we going to close below, or we're going to remain above? If we close below now, the next 10 minutes, if this thing can pull down and close below, yeah, I'll stay on stream to take the sells down. All right, 8 minutes left, gang, and yeah, it's pulling back. It's all the price action, you know. Like I was telling you guys, to get the buys I have. Look, even though we're moving up, look at the patterns, right? Like I mentioned, these previous four 1 hour candles here yesterday, and we got the reversal. Now we're coming up. You know, it could form a double top. This is also a key level of resistance. You factor in the daily candle, today's daily candle, right? Well, let's start off with previous daily candle, closing bearish with a huge wick rejection. Then this new candle just ripped up, no bottom wick. And I told you guys that even though we broke about, I think we went up by about, yeah, like about 90 pips above the level I have marked up. But sometimes we wick up a lot further than the intended target, and then we get the flip. 4 hour candle, no bottom wick. Previous 4 hour, no bottom wick. I mean, you know, this current 1 hour, no bottom wick. So look at this now. Unbelievable, gang. The entire hour all the way at the top of the range by nearly 100 pips, and then look at this massive move in the last 15 minutes. We pulled down about 170 pips in 15 minutes. I mean, that's the kind of volatility we have in the markets, right? But yeah, 6 minutes left. Why am I not selling? Well, because I'm waiting for my setup. You know, you can sell if you want to, but I'm not taking a sell unless we close below. This is the anticipated move, but again, we gotta stay patient. We have to wait for it to close. If we don't wait for it to close, then you can get burned here, because again, it could be trading below, and in 1 minute before the closure, it'll pull up and break the resistance level. So we have to wait for confirmation. I learned that the hard way. All right, gang. Beautiful. Look at this. Okay, 4 minutes though. Wow, this was the move from earlier. Look, our pineapples would have been in profit. Excuse me. I apologize. Got a bit of a light cough here. Yeah, that second entry. But again, we got wicked out, and I remember I told you guys more likely we'll probably get wicked out, and then this thing will reflip. And look at that wick, and then the flip. So it happens. I mean, not to say it's not going to continue up and take out the ties and tap into this level, but it's a good sign that we're closing right here, right off the left shoulder. This is the picture. Let me zoom out. Right? Picture is this, right? Got the left shoulder, the head comes down, and the right shoulder, and then we roll over. So, you know, when you're looking at price action and it's respecting these certain key levels, and then you see the picture, you know, when you have this experience and you've been trading a long time, you can anticipate more or less the move, and you take the risk, right? Sometimes there's risk, right? It could start forming the shoulder here, and then all of a sudden, boom, something happens where it pops up, gets stopped out, and these things happen, right? But you can't be afraid to execute your plan. When you see it, you execute. Then everything else is in the hands of probability, right? But you also have to wait for the higher probability trades. It's 2 minutes left, and it's slightly above right here. We can pull back down. We were under it just now. Hey, we'll see. If we close above, yeah, I'm gonna call it here on stream. And but again, right? If you guys are gonna keep trading the London, or you're gonna set alerts on your trading view or on your brokers, I would look at this level right here, right? That 3380, 3385, right at the top of the box here, or at the wick. Let me just move this to the wick, right? Right up around that wick. So if we can come into this, if we do close above, we take out these highs up here and close above, my bias would change. I think that we're gonna start moving up, but as long as we stay below that level, I think we're fine. But right now, more importantly, again, this is the level I'm looking at the moment. Right, I want to see if we can pull back and close below, which would start setting that picture for that head and shoulders pattern, and then the rollover. But and again, that right shoulder doesn't necessarily have to be even with this previous shoulder resistance here. Sometimes it breaks above higher. For example, this was the low of the shoulder, right? And then when we made that top up there, right? Make this top, when we came down, this low was lower than this one. So nothing is like right on the money. This one broke a little bit below, a little bit, and then this one, might come up a little bit higher, right? And then roll over from here. So that's just trying to, explain it as simple as I can. There's a lot more detail that can go into it, different time frames that can go into it, but like right now, it's looking to push up. 30 seconds, gang. Looks like it's gonna stay above. Yeah. All right, 10 seconds. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna stay above here. Oh, what's the Nasdaq? Is it coming? Ooh, look at this, guys. Um, keep in mind for those that. Oh, but we closed with no bottom wick. Wow, damn, gang. Look, it broke. Nas broke support, but no bottom wick. So not a good. Damn. If it would have had a wick, I would have waited for this top wick, and then I would have taken the sells now. Gold, new 1 hour on gold, no bottom wick either. Look at these candles all day today, no bottom wicks, no bottom wicks, no bottom wicks. Everything is just all right, gang. I'm about to start wrapping it up here. We didn't get the closure below that I wanted to keep me on stream here to, prepare to take the sell. So more likely for me to take sells, I will wait for this range up here, if that. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna wait for. I'm gonna wait for this to come up here, and then I'll look for sells, either London or pre-New York, right? Yeah, today we took it now. But again, we went in small. We dollar cost average there, so we went in. I think I traded at a 0.30 lot. I usually trade 1 and 2 lots, but went in very, very small for my account and gave it a shot. It didn't play out, so it was a small loss for me tonight. It was worth the risk, in my opinion. But yeah, keep an eye on the Nasdaq. But again, the closure below was nice, breaking that support there, but no bottom wick. So, I mean, this thing can continue to rip down, but because it has no bottom wick, it'll probably make a wick, right? Grab this liquidity right here, fill these wicks, and then it's possible it could reflip bullish. So be careful if you're gonna trade that breakout there. I'm staying out at this point. And again, gold pulling up here. We have a wick. Nope, no bottom wick either. So new 1 hour candle, no bottom wick. Continue to come up and flip later. So we'll let it go for now, gang. All right, that's all I got for tonight. You guys already have my setup. This area here is what I will be targeting, either London or pre-New York, and then expect the rollover. Gang, thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. Unfortunately, today was a day for a loss, but it happens, right? Very few and far between. So no big deal. Like I said, we live to trade another day, and it's all part of the game, right? For my my platform members, we'll be trading the New York session tomorrow. So stay tuned for any signals, especially this setup here. If it presents itself, you know, if we start ranging and then tap into it and roll over by tomorrow morning, we'll definitely catch that move. And yeah, gang, I hope everybody has a safe and blessed night. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
De amor eterno, tú cuando hablo, tú cuando sueño.